Okay, cool. I'm good with that. And I actually want to know if like I turn it this way because I hate like seeing the like myself, my reflection. It looks weird. Hello, like hold on a second. Oh, well, Sabrina, that would make sense. Look at my room. Well, I'm cleaning. It looks good. I'm gonna try this. See how I look like sitting here like this. I don't know. Ooh, okay. No, I got the perfect idea. It would be perfect if I could. Ooh, I found it. I found it. Okay. A mirror. That should be able to help me out. Ooh, this chair is probably cold. Okay, let me see. Okay, it looks great. Okay, I look fabulous. I look amazing. And I got this new necklace. It's supposed to be the Tree of Life. And all of these, I've read them. I haven't memorized them, but they have a meaning. It's supposed to help your crown chakra. And then I think I still have on, excuse me, and it's warm because it's been down there. My clear quartz. Clear quartz. I like it. Looks cool. hmm But I keep that tucked in because the last thing I need is for it to get like latched onto something, and then I'm just like, oh, like like I'm not even. Ooh, that hurt. But yeah. Oh, here's the charger. I was like, charger. All right. So I'm doing this video because I really want to do a live stream, but I have not been watching General Hospital like episode by episode. It's just one of those periods where I'm not as interested in keeping up with the storyline every single day. I did see Nell, but I guess she's not going to be alive. I'm not going to get into that, but I saw that part. I didn't see the whole episode though. I just saw like the clip on Facebook. So anyway, yesterday was a good day. So I want to be like, I really want to be honest, no matter, because I just be nervous, like that some people may be watching, and like I like to talk a lot, which is why my Instagram handle is Brina Talks a Lot. So I don't, I don't need, it's like I want to talk, but do I really want to talk? Like, are you sure about that, Sabrina? Anyway, let me stop being cryptic. So first of all, I went to a poetry slam again. I titled this another one because like this is my third one. I mean, not it's not on the mic, but like a competition. That's so cool. I really didn't stop to think about competing for poetry. I don't really know if it's for me. Not because for one, the time constraint. That's it. That's it. I'm long winded with my poetry, and I signed up for the Cincinnati Poetry Slam last month. And what a month it's been! I was like, I was sitting there looking at it, and you gotta pay. You gotta pay to get in still as an artist and a vendor, and then audience members. So I had to pay for my spot. And before I paid for my spot, I was like, am I sure that I'm really going to be able to make get to Cincinnati? Do you know how many times I've said that I'm going to go somewhere, then I don't go there? So I was like, look, you're spending money saying you're going to be here. Your ass better be here. Like, your ass better be there in Cincinnati. So I bought the ticket, and it was like a long way. I was like, oh, I'm gonna get a hotel room and I'm gonna stay out there, and I'm blah blah blah. No, I didn't get no hotel room. Look, I just spent quite a bit of money to pay my rent for me to sit there and go pay for a hotel room. No, that's not happening, especially when I could just drive there and back. No, that drive to Cincinnati was pretty much the same amount of time that it takes for me to get to Dayton and back. So I was like, look, I've done that before, so I'm come bringing my ass home. I'm not paying to stay somewhere else when I paid all this money to live here. Mm-mm, no. But it worked out because it worked out well. And then the trip really didn't even feel like that long. So It said that it was an hour and 20 minutes, but when I pulled, well, I don't even know where I got that from. I don't even understand how I got an hour and 20 minutes because when I pulled it up yesterday, it said an hour and 45 minutes. And I'm like, oh, and Bear came with me. So I'm telling him and I'm like, okay, you need to get dressed. Get dressed because he was already getting dressed, but he was just doing that. I was just like, come on, we gotta go. So we went, I think we got, yeah, we had to stop at his grandfather's house and then we got gas and then we were on the road. I wanted to stop and get something to eat before, but it was like, I was like, nah, we're supposed to have a meeting at 5:30 sharp. And I just didn't want to be late because the paperwork said that if they called your name and you didn't like respond to it, then that's an automatic forfeit. Again, for me, it wasn't about the money. I was just like, I just really wanted to go. Anyway, I'm getting way off topic. What I meant was, I don't think my original point was I am not really made for slam poetry, uh, meaning the time could like there was a 3 minute time. Look, honey, I I had a really great score. It was like it was in the first round and I think like the lowest was like maybe a 9.8 or 9.9 and then it was 9.9 and then it was 10, 10, 10. I was like what? But then I lost the point because uh because I went over time and they penalize you. They give you a 10-second grace period, but I blew past that. And I knew it. And the thing is that when I signed up for the slam, I didn't see the rules until after. I didn't see the rules until after I was like, oh, it's like 3 minutes. I said, well, I guess I could write something and make sure it's a 3 minute poem. But I was like, I don't feel right to me about. I just if I have a poem that's like under 3 minutes and I'm like, yeah, I feel like this is like, then I'll use it. But like at the same time, me and Bear was having a conversation. He was like how he doesn't really, fully agree with poetry slams as far as like we're competing to like we're competing to see whose pain is worse. That's somewhat how he put it, but he explained it a lot differently. It was an interesting conversation and something I hadn't thought about, and I was kind of like, oh, it was like, yeah, like, oh, but I made it through the first round. I made it through the first round. Yo, I'm happy. I'm happy that I actually went and that I performed, and it was so nice there. It, I think I mentioned it, but it was in Cincinnati, and it was at this venue on the corner of it was like one of those small looking towns where you have to drive 25 miles per hour, but the area was very nice and the venue was great. I told somebody it looked like a black metropolis inside of there. There's all these vendors, such beautiful things for sale, such lovely things for sale. And of course I got me something to eat. Like, cause I was like, look, I'm spending money on food. I have not bought like an actual piece, like item. Like somebody got earrings over here. I'm sure they don't cost that much to patronize, black business. But I mean, the food was a black business still. And what they had this thing called a soul bowl. It was a soul bowl, and it's pretty much KFC's bowl, but instead of mashed potatoes, they use baked beans. My goodness. It was very good. Like the beans was great. It like macaroni, it was just right. Like it's tough like to get like good macaroni sometimes. It was perfect, the macaroni. And then they put like pulled chicken on top and then put a barbecue sauce all drizzled on top and then put a piece of cornbread on the side. It tasted so good. But it was just a more flavorful, um authentic version of it. You know, it was delicious. I was so happy I bought that. I was like, oh, yes. Yes, I'm so glad I didn't go and get a Chipotle bowl. I made it to Cincinnati to get me a soul bowl, honey. Oof. And so we made it through the first round. You know, it was cool to go backstage and see everybody with so many people. And I was telling Bear, I said, like, there's gonna be a lot of like talent out here we don't know. Cause whenever Bear is always like, yo, you're my only competition. I'd be looking at him like, oh, I, cause he's good. Like when I first was formally introduced to Bear, was at Taste of Trini, and Queen was hosting her summer poetry slam last year. It's been more than a year now, but we were the final three. It was me, Bear, and Soul Candy. Soul Candy. We all made it to the final round, and I came in second, and he was first. But I knew he was gonna be first because he got on stage, and I was back by the door, like like towards the back, just watching. It was the better view, and I heard, and I was like, oh, he got this. Like he is phenomenal with his stuff. Like he is phenomenal with his craft. I love how he tells the perspective of his experiences through his spoken word. It's just like I told him, I said, I just want to go ahead and fuck them up in the ankles for not giving you tens all across the board because he is a he is a very great artist. And anyway, we were being little geeks during the competition, or geeks in a cute way, because he was like all the way on the other side, and I'm all the way in the back. I had my camera and stuff, and I was just what the hell? I got off stage, I got done doing my thing or whatever, and he was already like, "You did so good, you're great," like I was doing it back to him too. But I was just like, oh, made me smile. And then we had to pick numbers though for which order we go in. He was 13, I was 15. I think there were 16 of us. And then in the second round, I went first. I had number five. And I got a lot of nines. I got 110 in the second round. But I knew it. I was like, I know I went overtime. That poem is at least 3 minutes if I don't take breaks and like dramatic pauses and be theatrical with it. So I was like, everybody be rushing through their words like, "Show no, 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 no." But they be good though. No, nothing like that. But I need you to hear what I'm saying. I think the best line I heard from last night was from this young woman named Galaxy. It was like towards the end, she said something along the lines of, you know, being a star and being told that stars don't shine, they burn. And then I don't have the exact words, but something to the effect of like kind of like, God, why is this happening to me? And then it was like more like, oh, I guess I need this pressure. That's not what she said, and maybe I'm not conveying it right, but it was an awesome piece that she did. She did awesome pieces, period. She got straight tens, and she came on after me. I'm so glad. I'm so glad. I'm so glad I went before her. Oh my gosh, she was amazing. She did a phenomenal job. She won second place. I was shocked by that. I thought she was going to win first place, but a gentleman named Nehemiah did. Apparently, there was a three-way tie. There was four people, and there's three prizes. So the three people, there was a three-way tie, so they had to go over all three rounds and count their points together to see who won. And apparently, the gentleman Nehemiah, he had a perfect score of 90. He had a perfect score of 90 points. That is epic. But I enjoyed myself. I really did. Like, I just went out there to enjoy myself, and I did. Like, what? And so, like, hold on. It should be in here, but I guess it's not. One moment. Oh, okay. I got. Ooh, girl, calm down. I'm always set to get nervous. But okay, so I have a class ring, and I just wanted to get this because, and this isn't mine. It's my nephew Brandon's. He died when he was 22 years old. The day he died, I talked to him, and we discussed a poem that he wrote that he posted to Facebook. I still have a copy of it. I told him it was great, and we talked about going to an open mic. We're going to go out to dinner, and we're going to perform it. He was nervous, and I was like, it's like, nah, we should do this. And that was on my lunch break. So I get off of work, I'm on the bus, I get a call from a family member, I don't remember who, told me, well, it was my sister, told me that she found my nephew Brandon unresponsive, and that, yeah, they were at the hospital. So the bus drops me off where I live. I get in the car with my dad, my brother, and my dad's, I think maybe his wife at this point. And I think they were married by this point. So we're on our way to the hospital, and we get the call. Somebody pulled the car over and announced from the front seat. I don't know if it was my dad or his wife, but told us that he had died. And my sister let me keep his class ring. And she cried last year on the anniversary because she's very appreciative, because she talks about all the time how she worked really hard to make the money to get this ring, because she was like, that was not a cheap ring. And she said, I'm really glad that I gave it to you and that you still have kept up with it after all this time. Sorry, saw something made me paranoid. And so whenever I go to like do one of these, whenever I go do an open mic, or I do one on my YouTube channel, anything on my YouTube channel, slams, it really doesn't matter. Or this, for instance, this is an old address. This is where I used to live, so I don't care if you see it. Like, it's not where I currently live. Anyhow, these are all like my poems and copyrights, and to protect my literary work. Like, I love this. It's like cards. I know people probably have more, but I believe in doing that, so I've done that. I just take full advantage every single time I get the opportunity to do something like that. Because whenever I wear this ring and I perform, it's just like a clear reminder of that I have the opportunity and he doesn't. It's still so crazy to me, when I think about it, that he's no longer here, and how it happened. He was just at home, and he needed aid, but nobody was there to help him. I can't pinpoint exactly, because he had epilepsy, so I always thought he had like a seizure and something went wrong and caused him to stop breathing. And then someone else said like he kind of had like a heart attack or something or other. So I don't really know, but I cherish every moment that I get to do these things. I had a great time yesterday. Met some great people. When we were driving home, and this lady, she was crossing the street, and I think she told us like to get home safely. And then she really looked in the car and she saw me and Bear, and she said, there's too much talent in that car. And we started laughing. Like that That was awesome. That was awesome yesterday. I'm so and let me tell you something. There was a lot that I had to go through to get to that because I was like, oh my gosh, how am I gonna get there? Like, like because I was thinking I needed all this money to get there, and I didn't need it. All I like Bear paid gas, and I provided the car, and we took turns driving, and like I think the only thing that like I really had to pay for was my entertainment while I was there, which was eating and the ticket. So it really wasn't that expensive to just do it. And I was talking to my friend China. She called and she was like, tell me about it. So I was telling her, and I said, yo, I'm living like this is a dream come true. This is a dream come true. Like it may not have unfolded the way that it goes in your mind. Like, whenever I see my dream of poetry coming through, I always see myself on a stage like America's Got Talent doing it at that level. But like, but even if this is a dream come true, I was on stage in front of a crowd, like in front of people, like along with other people, and it was so wonderful. It was a dream come true, and I'm proud of myself for going for it, while I have the opportunity to do something like that. And that I work to make sure that I could take part in the opportunity. It's yeah, it takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of work. Not only just like in the meantime, of course you want what you do to like feed you and stuff like that, and you want to make money off of it, but I do because I thrive off of it, like I don't know, anyhow. But I have to work to maintain the house, do homework, which is writing. Writing, just keeping up with that and practicing and stuff, performing it here like for hours. I'll be walking through my house just performing my stuff. uh, and then the open mics, you gotta pay, and I love it because it's to practice. And not only that, it's just I'm doing what I love to do, and I'm glad that other people like to watch other people do what they love to do and listen. It's so awesome. And expressing myself through writing, I'm so grateful for that. Like it really saved me, really saved me. And still, I mean, I do it because it's really just enjoyment. Last year I was doing it because I was just trying to hold on to something because life was changing, and I needed something, and poetry was that something. My writing. So I'm looking forward to the next adventure. I don't know what I'm going to do next when as far as like poetry is concerned. I have no idea. I don't I guess I have dreams and aspirations, but I don't really have a goal other than to just enjoy it, get around. I would have I would have mingled a bit more with people, but I wore these shoes yesterday that I have been in for hours, and I was ready to sit in my car. I drove home barefoot. My feet, I love those boots. I love my boots. But my feet. And then they had, oh my goodness. So at the venue for the poetry slam, they had these stairs, these long stairs, but they were beautiful. And they had like encouraging words on every single step. But those stairs made me look up. And then it wasn't like a bridge where there's a break and then you go up the next set. No, it was just straight like at least 15 or 16 stairs. Just going straight up, if not 20. And I'm like, oh, oh my goodness, this is. And I looked up. I said, they no elevator. Like this requires an elevator. But yeah, going up and down and stuff. Because I was going up and down those stairs. And it was worth it to get to walk around and everything. But next time I'm gonna have some flats, when my feet get tired, because I love my boots, but I want to walk around and mingle a bit more with people and not look like I'm isolated and stuck up in my car because I think I'm too good for anybody or I'm mad or something. Nah. I mean, it doesn't matter what people think, but I still want to get to know other people. It was so great. I just wanted to talk about that. I'm about to go to bed. Wanted to document that and stuff, and just talk about how life is good. Last year it was a whole lot of crying and woe is me and stuff. And make no mistake, I like just because I just decided to try to talk more about other things happening in my life, because that's not so much in my face anymore. My past, of course, because I'm moving forward. But I feel a lot better than I did last year. But I just am learning to handle it differently. Just learning to handle it differently. And in the process, having some great moments, having some real great life moments. And I just wanted to talk about it. Just talk about it because what I tend to do is I do fall in a pattern of thinking about certain things that do make me sad or angry. And then I just try to just be like, hey, but you have a great life. No matter what or how you may feel wronged, you have a great life. You have a life. So just appreciate what you have, do the best with it, and just, you know, live your life. And it helps to deal with the sadness a little bit. It does. But I got to keep reminding myself of that, just look at what you do have. Look at what you do have. Look at what you're doing. I was concerned about something, and I was panicking, and a friend told me, and then I'm gonna get off and go to sleep. A friend told me, they said, you're a great person. No, that's not how they said it. They said, you're a mom, you're a great person, you're a superhero. Now go home and be a hero because you've already saved my day. And I wrote that down on a card, and it's in my wallet, and I pull it out, or my bag. I pull it out every single time. I'd be like, okay, I'm a superhero. I'm a mom, like all my reasons, I'm a superhero. And man, and I realized, I'm like, hell yeah, I'm a superhero. I'm a superhero, damn it. I'm over here. And we were talking because Bear just moved into his apartment, and I was taking him back. And I was telling him about where I used to live, which was Cherry Blossom Way. And I was like, dang, it was such a good price for what we had, considering that it wasn't like a standalone home. It was an apartment home attached to another place. And oh wow, it's raining. But it was 2 bedrooms, and a bath and a half. And it came with the washer and dryer. And it was gas. It was not a gas. It was electric. It was electric. And I love the AC and the heater units. Like, you put both of them on, and the house was perfect. It wasn't like the AC like coming out of the ceiling. No. And but when we first got in there, we only paid $703 for all of that. And even when we left, like, that's still a much better deal than what I have now. It was 2 floors. We had 2 floors. But no, okay, I'm not going to downplay what I have now at all. It was good for the time, because I'm sure that our rent kept going up, so the price has probably increased for the value of the apartment. So let me stop. But there we go. So Bear was like, so no, what I said was that he was like, yeah, that's a great thing. And I told him, I was like, what did I say? Well, I'm gonna sleep well tonight. That rain sounds great. But he was like, yo, that sounds dope, the price that you had. And I said, yeah, I had jotted down a few places, because I remember I was looking for the apartments, and Brandon was the one who went to go check them out. And I think Cherry Blossom Way was the last place on the list. And he was getting ready to leave, and Jane came. And I wasn't able to be added to the lease because I didn't have renter's history. but I did pay the deposit on the apartment. And that's when Bear said, "You paid the deposit, but they wouldn't let you put your name on the lease. That's crazy." And I said, "Yeah." I was like, "Yeah, that's some crap and everything." But then he was like, "Fuck that." And then he said, "Look," he said, "Look at you now. You got a 2-bedroom apartment, 2 bathrooms. You know, not a half, 2 full bathrooms. You know, you still got a washer and dryer, a balcony. So you do this shit every month. You're a superhero." So I appreciate his positive energy. Absolutely love it. It's infectious. It's infectious. When we were at the slam, okay, and I swear I'll leave after this. When we were at the slam, we were coming out from backstage, and we were going to our seats, and he just starts kissing me. Like, well, I start kissing him too. I enjoy that. So like, I went back to my seat because I really didn't want to care that there was an audience of people. I really did, like, it really wasn't that. I don't know what it was, but I should have kept going. Anyway, so I went back to my seat, and these two ladies, they were so nice. They were sitting next to me. And the first time when I went on stage and I came back to my seat, she was like, "I didn't know you were a star." She was like, "I didn't know you were a star." And then when I went back to my seat, she was tripping because she thought someone stole my camera bag. She was like, "I know you would before we left. You put your camera bag in the chair, but then when I looked, it wasn't there." And I'm telling my friend, "Oh my gosh, somebody stole her stuff." And I was watching it. And then I looked under your chair and I saw it's under your chair. And I was like, "Oh yeah, I put it under my chair before I left." And she was like, "I didn't see that." So that was pretty funny. I appreciated her looking after my things. And then when she was like, "Oh, that's your man," or whatever. I was like, "Oh, y'all saw us smooching, huh?" And then he went up there, and she was like, because he did so good. He did so good. He did so wonderful. Like, that second poem I didn't get on camera. I was just there for it. And she was like, "You better stand up for your man." I didn't look. My feet was killing me in them heels, and she stood up for him, and that was great. I was standing tall in spirit. Look right like this. I was like, yeah, I was very proud. And I texted him immediately after he got off stage. That was funny. That was funny. It was so good. Everybody was great in there. Even the people you don't know. What is this? All right. Well, I'm definitely going to bed now. And I think I missed the hard downpouring rain. Damn it. All right. Well, I don't know if anybody watched this. And I'm gonna watch it one day. You know, when I'm like 10 years older than when I'm in my 40s, or maybe even 35, probably sooner than that, or a year from now, week. And I'm gonna look at my younger self and be like, All right, let me get to bed. Bye.